Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victory and it's so lovely to have you on here. In today's video, as you can see, I'm starting fresh faced, which means this is going to be another episode of Do My Makeup and Rant with me. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about overconsumption while I do my makeup, obviously. So I'm just going to pin my hair back and we can get into the video here. First and foremost, what is overconsumption? Overconsumption is the excessive use of resources, services, surpassing sustainable limits or individual needs, which leads to detrimental environment, economic, and personal health effects. Why do people overconsume to start with? I would say people overconsume due to a myriad of factors, which could be psychological, social, and economic, to be honest. It's often driven by the need of instant gratification, social status, and emotional coping. I don't even know the kind of look that I want to go for today. I just know that I want to do blue. My top is actually like navy blue. I don't want like a full blue look, but I want to incorporate blue. I have this one, obviously it's not the same shade as this. This is way lighter. I don't know what I would do with this actually. And then I have this palette, this gorgeous blue, and this one too. Anyways, I'm doing my one layer makeup today. I don't want something too heavy. Well, the thing is that I don't know how to do natural makeup. For me, it's either go big or go home. I haven't mastered the art of natural makeup. I don't know what that is. That doesn't exist in my books. So when I said I just wanted it to be natural, I was like, girl, it's not going to be natural. Anyways, what is the effect of overconsumption? What does it do to us, or what does it lead to rather? It leads to severe environmental degradation. This is almost me, but I have a new one. Actually, funny story, this is color 10. I went to buy color 11 because that one is darker than this, and that one is too dark for me, and I regret buying it. I tried to return it. I got my money back, however, I'm just like, what do I do with the product now? This is my perfect shade. I just wanted to try new things, which is something I don't like to do. And the one time I did it, it didn't work out. Well, not the one time, but yeah. So the second thing that our consumption leads to is overuse of energy, water, and land. To produce all this stuff, we need to use resources, right? And all these resources that are being used, unfortunately, I think we are using way more resources than the earth can produce at this point. A few years from now, if we continue like this, we will deplete almost all our resources. Next thing is waste crisis. Have you seen the amount of garbage and waste that we produce in a year? That's a lot, my goodness. I think we'll soon run out of space to dump that, and obviously because there's no other places, people just go to the sea, to the ocean to dump waste, which is not good for the ecosystem of the ocean, and it's just so sad. Another thing that it leads to is financial strain. When you keep buying, you keep buying anything that comes out, you buy. Of course, it's going to cause financial strain to you. There's no two ways about it. When you keep buying stuff, money you could have saved, you would have spent it on something else. It leads to people becoming broke and less rich, I guess. The last one will be the psychological impact. Focusing on material possession more often than not causes a person to feel anxiety, stress, social anxiety, status anxiety, or the feeling of being on a hedonic treadmill where a person feels like they're never satisfied no matter what they do or what they have. I'm actually not going to be very preachy about this because this also affects me too. I'm going to share some of my stories and when I have overconsumed. I'm not judging you. I'm just trying to because I'm learning. I'm not there yet, but I'm learning. Because I remember when I was in uni, as you can tell, I do really love makeup a lot, but I think mine was really excessive. I remember there was this IKEA drawer that I had in my room, like those large ones that people usually store makeup in. I had one of those. It wasn't for makeup per se, but I kept my makeup in like the first drawer of that IKEA drawer. Oh my goodness. I had so many foundations. I had like 10 foundations. I had different eyeshadow palettes. I had this one, this beauty palette. I really love beauty actually. I had about two of these. I had the colorful one and I had another one, this palette. There is no way, even as I got this recently, I know that there is no way I'm going to use all of this on myself in 1,000 years. There's no way. But I didn't care. It wasn't about that. I had so many eyeshadow palettes. I had two of these, and I was planning to buy two more. No, three actually. I was planning to buy three more. I had so many makeup brushes. I had just way too much. And I felt proud of myself actually. I didn't feel any shame whatsoever. I was happy with what I was doing. Just blending out that contour. So, oh my goodness. Not only was I spending money that I could have saved, I wasn't spending money that I was working then, so it's not like I was spending money that I didn't have. I had the money to spend, but obviously I could have saved it or used it to buy stock. The only stock I knew at that time was stockfish. I didn't know anything about stocks. I didn't know anything about savings then. I wasn't broke. I had money, but then I could have. It doesn't mean that just because you have money you should use it to buy excessive makeup. Me buying makeup then was more of a want and not a need. It was a lot, like a whole drawer. I had a mini Ulta, mini Sephora in my room that time. I was just like, ugh. And funny enough, I actually never felt like this is too much. Like I said, I was obviously on my way to order more eyeshadows. I just had to have them. I just had to have them. Obviously, it was not a need. And I kept telling myself that I was building my collection. It wasn't a collection, darling. I was over consuming. And if not for the war that happened in Ukraine, I would have continued to buy more stuff that I didn't need. And it wasn't just makeup, it was also with food. You can definitely overconsume food. That looks crazy. But everything is going to be blended in. I'm going to apply foundation over this. Yeah, so I didn't know that you could overconsume food until I moved out of my hostel. I moved out of the hostel and I got somewhere. I was living with my friend, and I just I just said to eat, man. You know how you have nutritional facts about your food at the back of or the packaging of every food item you buy. You would think that somebody that studied medicine would understand the concept of calories, but for some wild reason, whatever nutritional facts they write at the back was for them and their God. All I cared about was the food. Serving portion it didn't make sense to me. If you ask me to define a calorie, I can define it for you. I just didn't know how it related to me. I was like, that's your problem. You guys are just wasting your ink. So I would eat and eat and eat. I was eating so much. I spent 4 months in that apartment before the war happened and I had to leave. However, I'm not even joking, I gained more than 15 kg in that 4 months because I was eating. I was working, so I was earning good money, and I was so stingy to myself. I wouldn't buy any like clothes. I rarely bought clothes for myself, but you see food. Hey, I would eat food, eat. I would buy sushi, and sushi, as you know, it's rice, right? Rice can be heavy in calories, especially when you eat it so often. So I would tell myself after working, it's like, you deserve something, you deserve to eat something. Then I'll go buy sushi, I'll go buy sweets, candy, and I'll eat and eat and eat. I didn't even have a scale in my house. Gym wear. I did not go to the gym. I was just existing. School, work, and that was it, and food. I was enjoying my life, eating myself slowly to death. Like I would eat like 2 packs of like 2 chocolate bars. When I say chocolate bars, I don't mean like Snickers or maybe Kit Kat, the small. I mean like chocolate bars, like Dairy Milk, the one that's like 90 grams or 100 grams. Yeah, I would eat that, and sometimes I'll have up to 3 a day. I'm not even joking. This was how I was living my life. I was eating anyhow. I didn't understand the concept of calories. The only reason I knew that I had gained weight was there was this skirt I used to wear. The skirt was technically too big for me, so I would have to really adjust and hold the belt buckle really tight. But there was a time I tried it on, and it wasn't something that was too big for me. When I moved into the apartment, was now too small. I was like, oh, maybe I drank too much water. It has to be the water, right? It has to be the water. It wasn't. So I don't know. I just thought to buy I just thought to buy a scale, and I weighed myself and I was shocked. I was so shocked when I climbed on the scale. I know that as at the time I moved to the from the hostel to this place, I was like 81 kilograms. I don't know what that is in pounds. I know kilograms. Anyways, I was like 81 kilograms. When I stepped on that scale, I was 101. I was I was shocked. I was shocked. At that point, I knew that something had to change because ain't no freaking way I was going to continue living my life like that. I was from 80 something to 100 pounds in less than 4 months. Was crazy work. So that was when I knew that I had to change. I had to change something. Sometimes I also feel this excessive need to buy stuff. You have to ask yourself, like, where does this end? But even on here on YouTube, when I see all these people that post about overconsumption and they are showing like these videos where there's like excessive stuff, it's so annoying. Like, you have so much money, I can see that. Why not give it to me? Give me the money. I will use it. I will use it well. Don't worry. Give me the money. It's like you see people doing like boo basket, burr basket, I can't bay basket. Bay basket I think is for Valentine's season. Boo basket I think is for like the Halloween. I can't even keep up. Then burr basket is for like winter and when it's cold. Like, what's that rubbish? Just give me the money. Give me. I will use it for you. There's this thing called planned obsolescence where brands make stuff, I would say usually electronics, to not last as long as they should. You buy a phone and in 1 year it's broken. So you have to keep buying and buying and buying, every single year. The thought of buying a phone every single year is actually crazy. It's not even just planned obsolescence. There are people who actively go out to buy to change their phones every year. Like now, the phone I use is iPhone 16. There are people who got my phone the same time that I did, but because 17 is out, they've already gone to buy 17. That's just a waste of money. I don't know much about tech, but I know for a fact that the difference between iPhone 16 and 17, it wouldn't be that much for you to change, like to buy. I understand if you're like iPhone 11. Before I changed my phone, I was using my iPhone 11. I'd been using it for like, I bought it in 2021 or 2020 and I changed it in 2025. So I used it for like 4 years before I changed it. So I jumped from 11 to 16. That's a big jump. There's a huge difference, obviously. For you guys, what is your favorite part of applying makeup? Mine is blush. I love blush so much. I have to keep telling myself that that's enough. Like, well, that's a gorgeous pink actually. Oh, gorgeous. I love blush. I think I have to stop myself. Stop. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. And this is how I'm looking so far. Oh my blush, but I don't want to add too much. And also to share my own experience about how I used to spend so much was that I loved to buy things. When I was in school, I don't know, there was this grocery store that was downstairs. Like I lived in an apartment complex, and just a stone's throw from my apartment was this grocery store. It was more like a convenience store, really. They needed to ban me from that store. I would go there almost every day. I was younger then. I'm still young now. I'm 24, but as at that time I was like what, 20? Because this was a while ago, like in 2021. I would go down to that store and I would buy a lot of stuff. This was also tied to the way I used to eat then. I had no concept of what was healthy for you, what was not healthy. It's interesting because I was a medical student. I should know, right? I feel as though that sometimes medical students are the ones that actually don't do what they're supposed to do. They don't take care of themselves. That even reminds me when I was in school and my teachers would literally tell you that smoking was bad. There are a lot of diseases that were linked to smoking. But guess who you would see smoking during break time? The same teacher that was just lecturing me about smoking. I used to stock up my freezer with meat. I don't know. I just would earn money and I'll just feel the need to spend money and I'll go to that store and I'll buy stuff. I'll buy stuff I knew I didn't need. and I will put it in the fridge just so I can be looking at it. I don't know, so I don't. So I've just actually powdered my face, like under my eyes. I don't know how to do my eye makeup and talk, so I'm going to do it off camera. See you in 1 second. This is the eye look I came up with. I don't know, I kind of like it. I did like a smoky liner with that blue shadow I showed. I didn't end up using the light blue because I just felt like it didn't go with my clothes. Actually, when it comes to stuff like this, I never have like a plan. I just go with the flow and whatever comes out. Even my nails, I do my nails myself as well. So I didn't plan to do this particular set. Once I am in my zone, I get my nail stuff, I just let my hands work, and this was what I came up with. These are old, by the way. I'm going to change them this week. Just going to be doing the rest of my face. I need to bronze my face. Yeah, I've shared stories with you, personal stories of examples where I overconsumed, and I did overconsume a lot. Even being on social media for too long, almost every week at this point, I've talked about how much that's not good for you. I had to realize that it wasn't sustainable for my pockets. It wasn't sustainable even health-wise to continue living my life the way that I did. I realized that something had to change, and like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm not here to condemn anybody that feels that compulsive need to spend like I used to have, and I'm just going to tell you the ways that I used to kind of help me curb that need to spend and to overconsume. The first one I did was to declutter. Like I was saying, I lived in Ukraine and I was in Ukraine as at the time the war started. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to take any makeup item. That's so sad. Also, that reminds me, I also over consumed perfume as well. I had so many bottles of perfume and everything. I was only able to take one small bottle of perfume. I didn't take any makeup item. Trust me, when you're running for your life, makeup is nowhere to come to your mind. I didn't take any makeup item whatsoever. Even if that didn't happen, I've come to the point where I'm only going to buy one of every item. I don't need 5,000 eyeshadows. I don't need 10 foundations. I don't need 50 brushes. I would buy one for each need. I have one contour brush. I have one powder brush. I have one blush brush. I have one of everything. Before, like 4 years ago, I had like 10 of each. What do you need 10 foundations? I only have one foundation, one concealer. I made sure that I got rid of any excess thing. I don't buy as much as I used to buy then. I was so addicted to makeup, I won't even lie. It's not that I used to apply it. I just wanted to see. I just wanted to buy it and look at it. I'm not saying don't buy stuff for yourself. Please buy. One of the issues I had then was that I never used to spend money on myself apart from food. When it comes to food, there was no amount of money I wouldn't spend. But when it came to like clothing, jewelry, stuff like that, I wear more jewelry and I have more clothes now than I did then. Not because I couldn't afford it, but because I didn't think I needed it. However, you work so hard. You're probably a breadwinner. You are working hard for your money. Eat the bread that you are making. However, don't go and blow everything on, buying stuff. People overconsume sometimes to impress people that they don't care about and people that don't like them. That doesn't make any sense to me. So what I do is that, yes, I still buy things from time to time, but before I buy anything I want, it's not a need. I don't really need to buy this thing. I want it. I sit down for at least 24 hours and I think about it. Do I really need this thing? Do I want it? If I get it, how many uses will I get out of it? Will I actually wear it? Because I remember that there are a lot of things that I have gotten in the past that I would just buy and I will never wear. Sitting down to think about whether you need this thing or whether you would even use it is one of the things that has helped me to curb overconsumption and overspending. The thing that has helped me to curb the way I spend is actually investing. I'm not going to come on here to tell you what to invest in. I don't even know much about this investing stuff. I use like Wealth Simple and I invest on in stocks there. I am not an expert on this. I made my own research and my sister knows more about it than me, so she would always, advise me on the ones to buy. I won't tell you which one to buy because I remember there was one when I used to invest in stocks. Then there was this one called Luna. I don't know if there's anybody that's listening to me that bought Luna stock. Luna won't turn into lunatic that year. Oh. That's how my money vanished. Like the money vanished. Till this day, I've not gotten my money back. And I know that I invested quite a lot of money, but there were people who invested more. There will always be somebody that invested more. People that lost houses, oh my goodness, it was so unfortunate then. I can only laugh at it now, but it wasn't even funny. It wasn't funny at that time. It was just more so that if I don't laugh, I'll cry. I lost a lot of money because I didn't make the correct research on which stock to buy, and I paid dearly for it. So I would say invest your money. Actually, invest your money and your time, because if you're somebody that overconsumes social media content, investing your time with something else, let's say going to the gym, going for walks, reading books, will mean that you don't have time to spend on social media that much. And also, if you invest your money somewhere else, if I want to buy something that I know that I wouldn't use or I wouldn't need, I know that my money is tied up somewhere, investing has actually helped me. I would say make your research. You can obviously make your research online, check the ones that are profitable, the ones that are not profitable. Don't go for pump and dump coins. Luna was a pump and dump coin. Till this day, people are still asking, will Luna ever come back to $1? If you invested in Luna, please just help me. Just say hi in the comment section. Before you invest, make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure it's legit. Another thing that has helped me so far to curb over consumption and overspending is actually to fix stuff, repair stuff instead of throwing them away to buy something else. Let's say if your phone goes bad, don't just throw it out. Try and fix it before you buy another one. Invest in quality brands. Choose quality over quantity. If you're buying electronics, if anything I need to buy that is because you know that they are obviously expensive, I make sure I do my research. I check for reviews online. When it comes to electronics, I don't know anything about electronics, so I rather spend more money, as in go for quality, for something that's quality that I know will not break down. Also because I don't want to go through that, trouble of going to go and fix, because that's another money. So I'd rather invest my money in something I know that will last me for years than buy something that is not that good. It might cost more in that moment, but because it's such good quality, it doesn't spoil, and later on down the line, you end up saving more money in the long run. One of my favorite parts too. So this is the finished look. I actually really like it. I think it came on well. Guys, to wrap up the video, I'm not even trying to tell you how to spend your money. I'm the least person to tell you what to do with your money, because I still get roped into over consuming sometimes. I'm not exempt from this topic. I can't tell you what to do with your money, obviously, but I can tell that the way that we overconsume is actually harming the environment, like the ecosystem, global warming and stuff like that. I can see that it's also harming people, I don't know, at least psychologically. When you overconsume, your house becomes cluttered. I see people who overconsume with like stuff, home decorations, even people who collect stuff. I don't know where you would put all that stuff. I hate clutter, actually. I hate overcrowded spaces. I prefer my house to just have, like, my room just has this bed, my fan, my mirror, the wardrobe, and that's it, and my table. I don't like any extra things in my room. I don't like clutter. So when I see, like, on TikTok, those people that hoard stuff, overconsumption to me is just glorified hoarding. When I see people that hoard stuff in their houses in the name of collection, it's just this feeling in my body, because like your house looks so cluttered. It looks so cluttered. I just want to, that doesn't also help, and you're spending way too much money that you could have invested in something else for your future, for your retirement. You're using it to buy stuff that you will not even need. And obviously people overconsume not because they need those things. Like when I was over consuming makeup, there was no way, I knew that there was no way I was going to use all that makeup on myself. There was no way. I just wanted it because I wanted to look at it. So yeah, it doesn't help anybody. Your house is cluttered, your finances are down, the planet is being destroyed. There's no positive part of overconsumption in my opinion. And also all these companies, I said this in my last makeup and rant, they don't care about you. They're all about getting you to buy stuff. That's why I will still advise to limit social media. You don't have to go on every single trend that comes out. Be yourself. If you know that this is not something that you like, if you know that a trend comes out and it's not, I'm not saying don't even go on trend. If you know that this is not what you like, don't jump on it. To save your money, save it for something else. Save it for something else. Even save it to eat, but not, don't be like me, don't overeat, but save it to, save it. You don't have to spend your money. You don't have to spend. Obviously, if you want to buy something nice for yourself, do it once in a while, not every time, because save the money. Or you can give it to me. Give me the money. Anyways, thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for, doing my makeup with me while I was ranting. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, anything that you would like to see next. I will see you in my next video. Bye.